Here we are. We're live.
Hey, Blake. Trying to text with our guest, and normally we have Chad Hastings here.
Hold on. Time out. We're going to start this over, Bo. All right, you ready? and take two.
Action. Welcome to the Outsiders here on a beautiful Wednesday night on Masters Week. As always, the Outsiders brought to you by Poncho Outdoors, the best outdoor brand money can buy. I'm rocking the hat because it's in Masters colors. Chance is rocking. Is that the Amen or the Magnolia there, Mr. Mock?
This would be the Amen right here, I believe. The Pearl Snap is the Amen, and the light is the Magnolia, I believe.
Regular buttons is Magnolia, and Pearl Snaps is the Amen.
Yes.
Yes, that is correct. You can get those on ponchooutdoors.com. Look at all those Masters themed. And as an added bonus, everyone out there, tonight we have a contest brought to you by Integro. It's going to be a shirt like the one. Sorry, I'm texting with Blair, who's coming on, and I can't do two things at once. I'm not that smart. Pick the winner of the Masters. One name. Don't need score. One name. Whoever has the name, if there's multiple, we'll draw out of a hat on next week, gets an Amen or a Magnolia, courtesy of Integro Construction Services.
Delicious.
So just put it right there in the chat line. Blake will write them down, and then boom, we're good to go. But before we get into that, before we get into the Mach 5, top 5, which start racking your brain here, Chance is going to reveal his Masters dinner menu.
Damn right.
So, all right. So, Chance. What? No, I did not have
the chat started coming in.
The awkward silence of, let's get.
There's a reason Chad is the bus driver and not me. Chad Hastings is out this week because he's being an awesome dad. He's at a UIL competition with his daughter and was unable to attend with us. So think happy thoughts for Chad and his daughter. You got me driving the bus because Chance doesn't want to drive the bus and Blake isn't on the bus all the time. So it'll be a little bit choppy in the waters, but we will get through it. Chance, the way I wanted to kick it was spring practice is now in full swing, and a lot of these stories come out about who's rising, who's falling. As a former player who went through the ebbs and flows of that, how much fictional information do you see out there when you're reading? I'm not talking about real reporting by guys like Onwar. I'm just talking about the tweets and the messages on, these innuendos all over the internet, not just in the Longhorn program, but in a lot of programs now that the portal opens in a week. How much stock should you put into it?
I put very little. I mean, as with anything else, I think when there is smoke, there's fire, right? Like there's things, but at the same time, you have to remember some of it is, and Bo, you and I have talked about this a lot. Some of it is planned messaging. Some of it is trying to get a message out there that you want out there. Some of it is trying to angle for your guy, right? Like that's part of it. So I don't put a whole lot of stock in it. I think, Chad and I had this conversation last week. Spring is interesting. It's a time when everybody's kind of, there's the guys that are returning, right? And they've got their spots. And a lot of them aren't going to practice much. This is a time for the young guys to grow. It's for guys that are trying out new positions to see how they're working together. It's especially big for these young freshmen that are going to have a chance to play this year, to get in there with the team and mix it up and have a little bit. So a lot of the reporting, I don't think it's a big deal. I never did. I mean, I think at one spring game, I think I was like 14 of 15, and probably throughout that spring practice, I may have thrown like 3 incompletions throughout the entire spring practice. And I mean, there were spring practices where Sneezy Beltran looked like the best running back in the room. I mean, and we saw how that worked out, right? So I wouldn't take it with a whole lot of weight, as much as I just look at it and go, well, okay, there's a little bit of smoke, there's something there, but I wouldn't pay any attention to it.
The big thing I was looking for this spring was the health of Christian Clark coming off that incident last year. And I was so thrilled when the reporting started coming in how good he was looking this spring. So stuff like that coming back from injury is stuff I love to see in the spring.
Well, and I think Christian Clark is poised to do some really big things. I know Ketch was high on him coming in. I know, it's frustrating, right? Like as fans, it's frustrating, but as players, it's frustrating too. When you look at the running back room and what Texas has done, and Jonathan Brooks gets his chance because Baxter gets hurt, and then Baxter gets hurt again, and then this year you got more guys step up, and Clark gets hurt, and so I think a lot of Texas fans are really interested in a running back room as good as it's been, that's like semi-healthy. And by semi-healthy, I mean not season-ending injuries before the season starts.
So, Chance, sorry about that. You mentioned it with Sneezy Beltran and how he looked like a 5-star running back. And we're seeing a lot of reports about certain receivers elevating the depth chart because of things like Ryan Wingo not being there, DeAndre Moore not being there due to injury. And it appears that on the depth chart that we're seeing that it's the 2 5-star guys. So going through camps with guys that were more highly recruited than others, when the coaches make their decision, do you think a guy can actually win the job in camp, like you were alluding to with Sneezy Beltran, or is it always going to default to who the higher recruited guys are until they fail?
I think today's a different world, Bo. I think today it's more like the NFL. I think when you're investing in players, they need to be on the field. And I think that's changed. When I was in school, it was really and truly the best guys went on the field, the guys that were ready to play, the guys that were developed and that had earned the right to be on the field. I don't think it's there anymore. I think it's almost like when you've got a high draft pick and you've got money invested. I'll give you a little story. Chris Sims gets hit in the blind side because his right tackle, who was a highly drafted right tackle, Gruden didn't want to play the guy because he wasn't good enough and he wasn't ready. Ownership said, we have too much money invested in him and he will be on the field. And he left Chris open. It ended up being a career-ending injury, right? He's got a ruptured spleen. The guy almost dies. That's how the NFL works. So I think you're seeing the college game turn to that. These alumni are not investing money in these players to watch them sit on the bench. Like, that's just the case. And the fact of the matter is, these players they're not just happy collecting their money. They want to be out there getting paid and play as well. So if you don't play those guys, guess what they're going to do? They're going to go find somewhere that they can. So I think it's a different game right now. I think it's changed.
No, that makes sense. You know what else makes sense? A beautiful commercial with Sergio Garcia talking about trucks. Blake, you want to show them Covert Ford?
Hi, I'm Sergio Garcia, professional golfer.
And I'm Angela Garcia, a 7th-generation Texan. And as a child, I grew up on a ranch in the Hill Country, and we had countless Covert Ford vehicles on that ranch. I saw firsthand just how reliable Covert is and how their customer service cannot be beat.
And just like in golf, being reliable, on point, and consistent is the most important thing. So if you want the best of the best, visit our friends at Covert.
Welcome back to The Outsiders, presented by Poncho Outdoors. To answer a couple questions that came in earlier, yes, Jason Dick is not here this week. He wasn't here last week. He wasn't here the week before. Nothing to worry about. Jason's not going anywhere. Like he says, he's unemployed and couldn't afford to go anywhere. We pay in hugs, and he loves hugs. The other thing is he's got a medical condition he's dealing with. So think happy thoughts for Jason Dick. He'll be here next week if we can find him a chair comfortable enough to fit his fat butt. All right, Chance.
The silence after that was.
I'm not used to running the dang thing. I'm used to talking
and then a music bed or something.
I'm used to talking for a little while and then taking a break. I'm not used to having to keep the conversation going. It's funny. I did it for years, and now it's like not riding a bike. It's like riding a big motorcycle. It's not good. But let's get into my favorite week of sports because I'm a huge golf nut. Been to the place. It's the Masters at Augusta National. Now, we told everybody Integro is giving away a green poncho shirt, the Amen or the Magnolia. You basically pick whether you want pearl snaps or buttons. If two tie, we draw out of a hat. So if everybody wants to pick Scotty Scheffler, then we'll draw out of a hat and somebody gets a green poncho thanks to Integro. If you want to take a chance, pick somebody else. Take Jordan. Like, Jordan can win this golf tournament. He's playing well right now. So that's the contest, which leads into our Mach 5 Top 5, brought to you by Integro Construction Services. At the end of the Mach 5 Top 5, Blair from Integro is going to come on and discuss nanotech. If not, I will tell you about nanotech. It is revolutionary. And in these times of high wind, hail, and things of that nature, it is an affordable way to put 10 to 15 years of life on your roof without having to get it re-roofed or go through insurance. So we tried to come up with something for the Masters. And if we get real bored, maybe I'll tell the story from my youth where I was handcuffed to a park bench outside of T-Bones in Augusta, Georgia, for getting into a shoving match with a European Ryder Cupper. But before we get to that fun stuff, let's get to the Mach 5 Top 5 with Chance Mach. It is Chance's Champions Dinner menu. The 5 items that must be served at Chance's Champions Dinner.
All right. So being that this is what will happen, it's not if, it's just when I win the Masters. I haven't figured out how I'm going to pull this off yet. But when I do get to host the
golf on EA Sports,
hey, I will host a Masters dinner one day. But first, everybody will get a little taste of what I grew up on, a taste that comes from the Depression, but it's a great soup to start your meal, and that's my Nana's chicken and dumplings. I love chicken and dumplings. There's nothing better than a nice little bowl of chicken and dumplings, cleanse the palate, get it ready to go, have a nice meal. Then for the entree, beautiful chicken fried steak, gravy, Popeye's mashed potato and gravy on the side, and my mom's extra cheesy green bean casserole. It's just delicious. And we're going to finish it off with a skillet cookie with ice cream on top. That will be the Chance Mach dinner. It's going to be a little taste of home. I haven't figured out where I'm going to cater that chicken fried steak yet. There's a couple really good ones around town that I really like. And Mel's Diner is Mel's up there on the top. I might have to fly Mel from Tomball, Texas, all the way up to Augusta, Georgia to be taking part. But I think Popeyes, they probably have Popeyes in Augusta, I would assume, right? So we can get lots of those mashed potatoes and gravy.
I would think that's got to be something they can do.
I know there's a Hooters in Augusta because John.
Damn right, there's a Hooters in Augusta.
Did y'all hear that Hooters is filing bankruptcy? Or no, they're changing their uniforms.
Yeah, they filed bankruptcy too. They're in trouble.
They'll be fine. Hold on 1 second. Oh, screw it. Blair's in the waiting room. Nobody's going to ever accuse me of being professional host ever again after this debacle of not having our little whoopee safety blanket, Chad Hastings, to keep the conversation flowing and going. Now we look like half the other podcasts on the internet ran by a bunch of jackwagons. Speaking of jackwagons, let's welcome one of my best friends. Great golfer, great human being, great father. And he's here to represent Integro Construction Services. It is Blair Al.
It's very.
Yeah, we're having some connection issues with Blair.
How we doing?
Oh, there he is. There he is. All right. So, Blair, you're from Integro. We want you to tell everybody about the incredible nanotech technology that I talk about every week. Maybe if you're connected. You are now.
Appreciate it. Integro can go nano. It's extremely cool stuff. Place. Nanotech. We're going to spray on your roof, but what it does is rejuvenate, revitalize. Again, it gets down to the molecular level, changes the composition of asphalt and oil-based structure that's in your shit. Gives it a little more rigidity and ultimately impact resistant. So there's a lot of stuff out there on the market. What sets us apart is
Blair, your connection, Blair,
that's going to make it
Blair. Blair, cut off and try to reconnect. Your internet's not working very well. It sounds like you're stuck at Shane Leckler's hunting lease, and you're trying to, pirate the neighbor's Wi-Fi from 4,000 acres away.
The audio was going good there for a minute, and then it started chopping up again.
Well, and I don't know,
Oh, way better now.
How you doing, bud?
Way better now?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go again.
Ride a mechanical bike to power your internet or what?
Listen, I build stuff for a living, right? Not infrastructure either, okay? Stuff you can use that I know how to use. I'm just here to coach your roof, not fix your IT. That's a Chad Hastings gig.
Perfect 4K.
Let's try one more time with meaning. Give us the elevator pitch on Nanotech one more time, because it didn't go through the first time.
Perfect. Yeah. So go nano, right? It basically it's a roof coating, folks, that we're going to spray on your roof, one application. It's going to help rejuvenate the roof. It's going to change the roof at a molecular level. So it's going to get in and revitalize and rejuvenate the oils that are in your shingles. At the same time, what it's going to do is help your granular stick, which going to give you more protection. And with just one coat, we can then offer you up to a Class 3 UL Laboratories rating, impact resistance. So along with, depending on the age of your roof, giving you an extended warranty of up to 10 and even all the way up to 15 years, depending on the age of your current roof. So extremely cool stuff. There's a lot of stuff out there in the market. What sets us apart is after we get off of your roof will be impact resistant and protected from hail, where everything else on the market, it's just going to make your roof pretty and make it a little more waterproof, make it a little more wind resistant, but not to the level that we're going to.
Okay, real quick, Blair, give them the number to call. We've had the QR code on the screen the whole time, but give them the number to call if they want to learn more.
Yeah, listen, guys, 512-755-6569. Or even better, I don't do this often, you can call my cell phone, 512-779-0078. That's going to get you to me. It's going to get you to someone in our office. Very simple, quick appointments, right? 20, 30 minutes, we're in and out. We're going to check everything around your house, make sure there's nothing we can damage while we're spraying. We're going to get on your roof, make sure there's nothing we have to fix beforehand. If you do need a little roof repair, we can take care of that as well. And then we're going to give you a great price, come back, put on a great product, service the product for the lifetime of the product. We're going to be here for as long as you're going to have your roof. And even better, in the event that you guys, that we get a hailstorm that comes through and just destroys everything, right? We're going to give you your money back towards your deductible for your new roof. So completely risk-free. Call us. We'd love to come out and take a look and see how we can help you.
All right. Let me jump in. Since Blair, y'all do so kindly are partnered with the Mach 5 Top 5.
Yes, sir.
I need you. I'm gonna reread to you what's gonna be played. What we're going to have. Look at that. The Mach 5 Top 5 presented by Integro Construction Services. Look, this is what's going to be served after I win the Masters, probably in 2029, 2030 is what I'm thinking. Yep. But somewhere in that range. So in 2031 at the Masters Champions Dinner, I'm going to start with my Nana's chicken and dumpling, which is it's a delicious. Then we're going to have a nice fat ass chicken fried steak with gravy, Popeye's mashed potatoes and gravy, and my mom's green bean casserole with that crispy stuff on the top, just delicious. And then we're going to finish it off with a skillet cookie with ice cream on the top. Okay. That's my Masters dinner. Now since I know you watch the show, you get to be the first. You can take something off and you get to add something of your own. What are you going to take off my list, Blair?
Oh my gosh. I tell you what, I don't know that I wouldn't take anything off, right? Listen, you're a good Southern boy. I appreciate all of that. What I would add to it is let's throw a chicken fried pork chop on there.
Ooh.
With it, right? Then you have it all, right? You have the chicken and dumplings, the pork chop, and the chicken fried steak. Come on, right?
I love it.
Southern heavy.
Let's do this. Let's make it an if and like that's your main course. You can have chicken fried steak, or you can have the chicken fried pork chop.
There you go. Yeah, one or the other. Take your pick.
At the Masters, they give you those kind of two-way goes. So I think you're okay with that.
It's like the wedding. I'll send Tiger his little invite and say, pick the chicken or the pork.
It's a chicken fried extravaganza. Pick a lane.
You need to have a batch of Texas Roadhouse rolls with this whole meal as well.
Oh yeah.
Can we throw them? Can we do throw rolls? Can we do throw rolls, please?
Yes. As the arbiter of truth this week, I have taken over Chad Hastings' role. I am the arbiter, and I say you can have the rolls and you can do the double dip on the chicken fried. We'll just call it chicken fried extravaganza, and you can get the pork chop and the chicken because, damn it, we're a show of fat people other than Blake.
I knew an extravaganza was going to come out.
It's a cornucopia.
It's a cornucopia.
Yes, and ATX Baits, those are some really good options there. I'm not going to lie.
It's a good menu. ATX Baits put together
That's a great menu.
Blake, you can jump in now. If this is your opportunity to make your mark on Chance's champion dinner, because I'm the arbiter of truth. He can't take it back. What are you going to do?
I already added the Texas Roadhouse rolls. That's the
Yeah,
best
he brought the rolls, Bo.
Those are just on the table. You want that exact menu as it sits?
I'd take the Dove stuffed jalapeno poppers from ATX Baits here. That sounds amazing.
Over what though? You got to get rid of something.
You got to remove something.
Yep.
Over the appetizer. Give me the poppers first.
My poor
You're
grandmother.
getting rid of his Nanos chicken and dumplings?
Man.
Okay, number one, Bo. Her name is Nana. Nanotechnology is what Blair sells.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, Chance.
You see how I set that?
Someone missed the theme.
It's a Go Nano day, okay?
Her name is Nana.
Does Nana have a roll recipe we could use?
No, but the funny thing is, I've asked her for years and years and years, Nana, would you please write down your chicken and dumplings recipe? And she's like, Chance, I have told it to you 100 times. It's a pinch of this and a pull of that, and you got to look at it. And I'm like, that is not a recipe. That is you knowing how to make it. I need to write something down. I'm a man, you see. I need to know what I need to put in, when I need to put it in, how much I need to put it in. That's it. If I can't follow the recipe to the T, it's not gonna be good.
Well,
okay.
I mean,
I trust the Masters chefs.
If I can't grill it, you're gonna have to tell me how to make it.
Yeah,
that's true.
Okay, so Blake, we'll get to when I play the Chad Hastings role for the arbiter of truth because you just don't mess with people's grandmas and their food. But
you told me to sub out something.
There was an egregious misstep by Chance.
You could have gotten rid of Popeye's mashed potatoes and gravy.
Well, here was going to be my bone of contention. And anybody who knows me knows I love that chicken from Popeyes and knows I love the mashed potatoes and gravy. But let's be real. If you're getting mashed potatoes, you can outsource the gravy to Popeyes. It's good. But the potatoes come out of a bag and they're powdered. So we're going to go with real mashed potatoes with Popeyes gravy on the side. That's what the arbiter of truth does to change this up. And that's it. That great menu, perfectly done, except for we're not using powdered mashed potatoes like they sell at the K. Roger, as you would put it.
All right. So before we get too far, while we got Blair here, let's continue on this little Masters. Playing this game out, who's going to be hosting the Masters dinner next year? That's the question.
Blake, we'll let you go first.
I think Scotty Scheffler wins it again. I'm extremely biased as I pan my camera up to the chef's kiss from 2022. But I will pick Scotty Scheffler as the overwhelming favorite to win again.
All right, Blair.
Mr. Blair, my former assistant pro.
Listen,
who plays a hell of a lot better golf than me right now. But when it comes to pick'ems, you know who wins.
Hey, and you know what, Bo? Here's the best part. When I don't play as well as Blair and I hit a golf ball off somebody's roof, if it's been treated by the folks at Integro, no damage. No damage.
Go golf course, go nano.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm telling you. You know what, Bo? I'm going to take Bad Hair McElroy. I think he gets it done this week. I think he wins and closes out the Grand Slam, right? He's playing as good as he's ever played coming to the Masters with 3 wins. He's won every month leading up to it. He's won on every type of golf course. And more than that, he's seeing the ball go in the hole pretty quick on the green, right? He's putting as good as he has probably ever coming to the Masters, coming off the debacle 9 years ago. So give me Rory McIlroy for the win this week. I know it's going to be a popular pick, and you can flip a coin between him and Scheffler, but I'll take Rory this week.
It's not a bad pick. I have Rory in numerous DraftKings lineups, but
shocker.
And I have receipts that I can show Blair. The most heavily owned golfer in all my DraftKings lineups happens to be a Longhorn. I alluded to it earlier. It ain't Scotty Scheffler. It's Jordan Spieth.
He's going to win number 2.
He's coming back. You can see his game getting better. And when an athlete like Jordan goes through that bad period, there is nothing better to get you out of the bad period than a familiar home. Like a place that you are very comfortable, that when you just walk through the door, you're better than other people because you've been better there. You've had mistakes, but it's a short game wizard's dream, and he's a short game wizard. Jordan Spieth over Scheffler at the end of this year's Masters.
I tell you this, Bo, I was on the Spieth train until he missed 2 4-footers in a row in San Antonio last week, and I was like, oh, I don't know.
I will say this about the
I
San
hope you're
Antonio.
right, man. I hope Spieth wins.
Spieth always makes you feel uncomfortable from inside 4 feet. So does Rory McIlroy at this point in his career. But the difference is Spieth looks very comfortable from 27 feet and somehow makes more long putts than any human should. And like I said, I think it will be a leaderboard very heavily tilted towards the big names this time. Mm-hmm. But I do think it is going to be Jordan Spieth's week at the Masters. Mr. Mock.
I just want to see it because I want to see it. I think any one of those 3 guys, but I think this is a year. I think this is a year Rory finally gets it. He gets the career Grand Slam. He gets over the hump of, what's it, 9 or 10 years, 14 the last time he won a major.
Yep.
So, I want to see it for him. And it's frustrating. It's kind of interesting because it's not like he's been playing bad golf this whole time. Like throughout this dry spell, he's played some really good golf, and he's shown that he can still roll it just like he always has. So I think this is one he walks in. I think he probably feels really comfortable, and I would take any one of the Longhorns, but I'm taking Rory as the guy that I think is going to win it this week.
Well, perfect. And everyone out there, make sure you send in your text that Blake can write down. And Chris Bennett, you can pick Scotty just like ATX Bates did. That's what we said. If 2, 3, 4, 5 people pick Scotty, then I'll draw out of a hat next week. So everybody that picks Scotty is eligible for a drawing. Somebody's getting a green Poncho's Masters shirt. Whether it's the A-Man or Magnolia, I'll get with you offline. We'll get a size, we'll get a shipping address, and it will all be taken care of. Thanks to Integro. Blair, thanks for coming on.
You're welcome. Hey, guys, thanks for having me. Hey, listen, just in case you guys are wondering for that long shot, Augusta favors lefties, so look for Robert McIntyre to sneak up there on the short list.
Robbie Mack. I
figure I'd throw one out there going away, right? But look for Robbie Mack. He hits the ball a long way. Again, Augusta favors a lefty, and he's playing some really good golf right now as well. But, hey, Bo, thanks for having me. We appreciate it. We love the Integro, the Mach 5 Top 5. Presented by Integro Construction Services. And again, go Nano. Give us a shout. Let's protect your roof. Take the worries away during hail season. Sleep well at night.
Thanks a lot, Blair.
Appreciate you, Blair.
Thanks, guys. Good to see you, Mr. Mock.
Blair is right on the sleeper lefty, but he picked the wrong lefty. Sleeper would be the guy that won last week in tough conditions in San Antonio, who is a lefty, who is a grinder, and just, by the by, is a Georgia Bulldog. I'll take Brian Harmon as the lefty that gives it a whirl at Augusta, not Robbie McIntyre from Scotland. No, sir, Bob.
Bo, you're talking about last week in San Antonio, and you can expand on this better than anybody, but those were some incredibly tough Sunday playing conditions. I mean, that was one of the it was a great tournament to watch on Sunday because it was so hard with the conditions.
Oh, it's brutal. And like, that's not what San Antonio's golf course is set up for. I mean, if you were in Central Texas last weekend, it was a windy SOB. And it like wherever you were at, you didn't want to be there. It was nasty. All right.
Bo, I'll tell you where you do want to be.
I was about to tell you. Orange, baby. 252 golf. For everyone not named Jason Dick, Birdie is available. Eagle is available. Par is available. And when Jason's back stops hurting, maybe Bogey could possibly be available. Bottom line is Star Ranch is a beautiful tract of land right there in Hutto, right out the toll road. Easy to get to. It's playable, fast play, best greens in town. Not just daily fee, any golf course. The greens are immaculate. The pace of play is great. And it's not this tree-lined U.S. Open track. It's more like an Augusta National off the tee. Pretty wide open. The rough isn't penalizing. 252 Golf is the number. That's 252 Golf. Give them a shout. Scan the QR code. Tell them you heard about it on The Outsiders. Go play at 8 a.m. on Saturday morning and then go home and watch the Masters. Go play on Sunday morning. When the Masters is over at 6 o'clock at night, go play 9 holes. Get that Golf Jones because the Masters is what officially kicks off playing your own round of golf season. The weather is back and good. 252 Golf. It is the golf club at Star Ranch. What?
No, I'm looking at JD's comment that Blair's Wi-Fi for the comeback player of the year.
It did. It
That was
really did.
incredible.
He probably just
That
went
was-
and unplugged his son's PS5 right before he jumped on the
Yeah,
second
it was
time.
pure pixels, and then all of a sudden he left, came back, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
That would have been like DeMar Hamlin jumping up on the field during that game and be like, all right, let's go play.
Yeah, and then having a big sack or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, woo. Got a super chat there from ATX Bates. Buy or sell. You're the guy in charge at the Masters. You'd allow Happy Gilmore to play just to see how uncomfortable it makes all the elitists.
I'm buying that all day.
As the guy who snuck into the 1998 Masters, even though I had a badge and it was just lost, and then almost got corralled by the Pinkerton guards and probably ran the fastest mile I've ever ran, which isn't that fast, but was able to salvage not getting kicked out of Augusta National. Screw the elitist crap. Let's go.
I'm with you, but the people who actually run the Masters are some of the most elite of the elite. So I don't think they're letting Happy in.
Yeah, but you get to run it. That's
If
the
I'm
thing.
running out, I'm choosing. I'm just saying on behalf of Augusta
Well,
National.
and it
we're putting
depends.
all that
Is it 20 years ago, Happy Gilmore, or new this year's summer movie, Adam Sandler with the beard and being more of adult-like? Maybe the more adult-like Adam Sandler fits in.
Does the hockey sweater at least come with a collar? Like, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's wearing FootJoy hoodies now, or different brands, but they're all wearing those fleece hoodies to play anyway. So like they don't need a collared shirt anymore. It's not 1994.
Well, I don't know. So, Bo, you've had your Masters story. I've never been to the Masters, but I've been to Augusta National. So, going to one of those baseball tournaments in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and I was like, Cash. I said, Cash, let's just go see. Let's just go see how close we can get. Like, let's just see.
Oh,
so we're like, we're here. I mean, we drove all this way. What's the worst they can do? Tell us no. And the guy was like, so I pull up to the guard shack. And I said, I think it was like, 1:30 in the afternoon. I said, I'm here for my 3:30 with Mr. Woods. And the guy starts laughing. He's like, that's pretty good. He goes, you guys want a picture? So he let us get out of the car and take a picture, and it was pretty cool. But I mean, you can just tell it's the one thing that was interesting, and Bo, because you've been, and for those that haven't been, is the TV doesn't do it justice. That is an up and down course. I mean, when it says, Amen Corner, like you can't see up over that hill. Like it's incredibly undulated all throughout there.
Oh, it is a definite workout just to walk around the ground. I mean, it is up and down. The slopes that they're hitting some of those fairways, like on TV, it looks like he's on a slight upslope. In real life, it's like this. It's 100, it's 75-degree slant to it. Like they are hitting off like serious slopes. It is truly like you can go through the crosswalk on some of the fairways and you can't see the flag. From 100 yards out, the green is so sloped, you can't see the flag when it's sitting in a bowl. On TV, it makes it look like it's just a subtle trickle. No, it is literally bowled out. Like, it is incredible what they did way back in the day with that golf course.
Do you have a favorite hole?
Yes, I do.
I would say mine is 13.
13's
I love missing it just right and having to hit out of the pine.
13 this year will be my favorite 13 of all time. With the tree, some of the trees got knocked out in the hurricane.
Yep.
That went through there. 13, when you can blast it right and still have a shot in, is going to be such a different hole, because the way it used to sit, to hit 13 to go at it in 2, you literally had to hit a snap hook.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you had to hit a 30-yard hook to get into the fairway, or you up in the pine straw. But now that the trees aren't, like the famous Mickelson shot coming out of those trees, it's not as difficult now. It's a lot more cleared out. And so that 13 I'm going to like a lot better. 11 is just the ultimate diabolical par 4 to me. It's 520 yards. The fairway slope like this. And oh, by the way, what do they put on the left side of the green? A lake. Like, oh, here you go. You have a green that is one of the hardest to putt on the golf course. There is no bailout. Your only bailout is right of that green. And so what are you doing? You're chipping into a green that doesn't want to retain the shot, and there's water on the other side. It is just the ultimate test of short game. Like, 11 has been the downfall of so many great golfers. And it's funny because the back nine at Augusta is legendary for the comebacks and all these, like Nicklaus shooting 29 to go back and win the match, like all these things that transpired. It's on the back nine. It's where you hear the roars. It's got the 2 reachable par 5s. But half the stories over the last 50 years were guys that flamed out on 11 and never even got to enter the race. Like, that's where Tom Kite got bounced out of it. That's where last year Ludwig Oberg shot himself out of it when he ended up in the water with the second shot. 11 to me is the most beautiful, equalizing golf hole with no thick rough, no out of bounds. Just, you can't miss it. You can't miss it.
Yeah, it's it's just, I love this week, and one of our chatters, before we get to this real quick, one of our chatters mentioned it. Every year the Masters comes up, I think about my former co-host Sean Adams, and he used to get to go to the Masters, and I was always so frustrated with him. I'm like, this is BS. Why do you get to go? Blah 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 blah. And but he loved that damn egg salad sandwich. Oh, I mean,
So Chance, how big a fan of the Masters I am, and every year my wife gets me the taste of the Masters, and we have a big Masters party. This year I can't start it tomorrow. I'm actually starting it on Friday, and Friday through Sunday. If you know where I live, just walk in the door. We're going to be going. We got 3 TVs up in the living room. We got 2 outdoor TVs that will be showing UT baseball, the Houston Astros, if they get new bullpen pitchers, and Longhorn baseball all weekend. And we have the taste of the Masters. They send you the pulled pork. They send you the pimento cheese. They even freeze and send you the Georgia peach ice cream sandwiches, like as a delicacy around, and they send you the cookies. They send you the whole 9 yards. It makes it fun. You're drinking out of the Masters cups. It's just a great deal. You know what they don't send you, Chance? And I know Sean Adams was a big fan of it, but he was also a fan of convenience store egg salad. And the reason they don't send it is because eggs should not be shipped. Egg salad is gross. I know Sean loved it. No on the egg salad. Honestly, no on the pimento cheese. But hell yes on everything else on the Masters menu. And the beauty of it, Chance, its prices from 1933. Beers are $2. Like, sandwiches are $1.50. Cookies are $1. And that's that's their high priced item in relation to the 1930s prices. Everything's affordable. Like, it is a sight unlike no other. It is the most immaculate piece of land. The flowers are gorgeous. You owe it to yourself, if you're a golfer, to go see Augusta National at least once in your life. Period. Now, to the super chatter, Mr. ATX Bates, pick your course and partner, Chevy Chase from Caddyshack or Happy Gilmore. Well, I'm playing Augusta National, and I will. If those are my choices, I'll take Chevy Chase because I just think me and Chevy would. Chevy's a funny dude. Chance.
Well, I'm going to tell you, there is no other choice besides Happy Gilmore, and there is no other place than playing the Waste Management with Happy Gilmore. End of day, that's it.
Yeah. Can't argue. Blake, you gonna weigh in there?
If we're playing the Waste Management, I just get rid of these two guys and give me Rodney Dangerfield instead.
That works too.
Out. Yeah, it's a journey in the fairway.
It's always.
All right.
So, going to come out.
Blake, do you have the little twin or specs? Specs. Do you have our little specs ad?
Lisa. Show us Lisa.
Have you heard the news? Specs is turning 63, and we're celebrating you. Whether you're looking for whiskey, canned cocktails, or wine, Specs has it all with Texas-sized savings all month long. Specs. Cheers to save.
All right. Chad Hastings, as we said, is attending an event with his family up north for UIL. Jason Dick is having some back issues and could not be in attendance. And this is a shortened version of The Outsiders brought to you by Poncho Outdoors. Next week will be our NFL draft extravaganza because it's going to be fun. We're going to have a couple of the guys, Alex and Cody, are going to pop in from the show that precedes ours. So they know their draft stuff. Chance can talk about what draft night is like. We will have a hell of a time. And plus, we'll have some more information about the transfer portal as it relates to UT football. We may even talk a little bit about the UT baseball team that is demolishing the SEC, and it's just fun to watch. But this is The Outsiders, brought to you by Poncho Outdoors. Don't forget the Magnolia, the Amen. Right there, you can get the Pearl Snaps or the regular button. It's a great shirt. Somebody in our chat line is going to win one next week and be walking around showing it with pride. You can get your own. You could even have it overnighted potentially to wear it on Sunday. Poncho Outdoors.
Oh.